afternoon and welcome to SGN, but in Idaho? We are on week 5 and we still have yet to secure a head sponsor. So we wanted to take this time to remind Wendy's that we're still here. For just 99 cents a day, you, Wendy's, can keep Joe fed. 99 cents. That's the price of a 4-piece chicken nugget order with sauce. So let's dive into today's stories. A team-up between Boise State students and the Good Samaritan Society has left us all feeling a little more connected lately. During this point in the semester, students would typically conduct on-camera, in-person interviews. With that option no longer available, they have turned to digitally interviewing nursing home residents. Someone get my heart a thermometer, because it has been thoroughly warmed. Have you seen a camel wandering your streets recently? Then you may have witnessed the socially distanced animal parade that has been gathering donations for the Idaho Food Bank. Risa Rowe, a Treasure Valley business owner, helped organize the parade with the additional help of volunteers that love animals. They had goats, chickens, and ducks.
Oh my!
And now it's time for Joe Sports, who has promised us that this week he will actually talk about sports.
Good afternoon, sports fans. It's me again, Joe Sports. By now, parts of the country are easing restrictions enough to allow more and more sports to begin competition, albeit in a limited fashion. UFC began holding fights again on May 16th, NASCAR held the Real Heroes 400 on Sunday, won by Kevin Harvick, and Major League Baseball is planning a shortened season of 81 games. Sports are starting to thrive again, and it's about time. However, we know that it might be hard to find UFC and NASCAR if you didn't already pay attention to those sports. So instead, we're still bringing you our homemade live sports. This week we're doing tape bowling. Let's cut to the video. That was fun. Remember, the important thing to take away from tape bowling is that I won. Me, Joe Sports. Anyways, let us know in the comments what sports you'll be watching live over the next month. Back to you, Janice.
This week I met my neighbor. She is a woman named Denise. She has beautiful peonies outside of her home and wishes that I would stop taking her mail. Viral challenges have always been popular, whether it involved dumping ice water over your head or stuffing as many marshmallows into your mouth as you possibly can. But a different kind of challenge is overtaking the Gem State right now, a Pay It Forward challenge. Groups like St. Alphonsus, St. Luke's, J.R. Simplot Company, Red Sky PR, and many, many others have been sharing the love all around. Between donating blood, donating meals, and donating directly to the COVID-19 Response Fund for Idaho, the kindness has become contagious. As mentioned before, we still do not have a sponsorship from Wendy's, and we're running out of ways to feed Joe. So we have since hired a cook for Joe. We'll introduce him to you now, Joe Chef.
Thanks, Janice. My name is Joe Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make an awesome meal out of things I found lying around my kitchen. It's an easy-baked tortellini, which only needs 2 minutes of prep, and then it can be popped into the oven for a full hour. Let's take a look at how to make it. You'll need a few things to make easy-baked tortellini. 18 ounces of pasta, 16 ounces of spaghetti sauce, 14 ounces of diced tomatoes, 10 ounces of fat-free reduced sodium beef broth, a quarter cup of Italian dressing, and a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. To start, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Combine the pasta sauce, tomatoes, broth, and dressing into a 13 by 9 baking dish. We're using an aluminum foil dish here, which also works. Once you've done that, add the pasta and toss to coat it in the sauce. Cover your dish with aluminum foil and put into the oven for 50 minutes. Once that time is up, sprinkle cheese over the top of the dish. Let it stand for 5 minutes until the cheese is melted, and serve. Dang it, Jell-O again.
Can't wait to try that recipe.
It's a family favorite.
Speaking of favorites, it's now time for fan favorite, Some Good Things. True crime podcasts,
Jell-O.
supporting local artists,
Supporting internet artists.
thinking about art,
Creating art.
stretching,
Sleeping in.
yoga,
Rainbow trout.
golden trout,
New office supplies.
Tom Hanks, America's Dad,
Singing in the rain.
a light breeze,
An overpowering wind.
fighting off a thunderstorm with your bare hands,
Legos.
Lincoln Logs,
Pandas being cute.
your first sip of coffee in the morning.
Taking a moment to truly appreciate the good things that are taking place in your life right now.
This has been Some Good Things.
Some good things.
Do you have a story or a project that you want to share with us? Has some good news happened to you? Then email us about it at impactidaho@gmail.com, and you just might show up in next week's episode of Some Good News. That's it for us this week. Just remember that there are still good things, and there is still some good news in Idaho.